Hi, it's me again. Just want to say hi. Welcome to the channel. Click subscribe if you've not already done so. So today is going to be my first proper real story for you. And it involves my coming out story. Main Road Football Stadium. And they used to have a big car park. My dad taught me to drive when I was 13. Okay, very young. But for some reason, because he used to be a taxi driver, he obviously thought that it would be good for me to have my driving experience at such a young age. So I was driving and I knew how to drive from the age of 13. So fast forward to when I was 16 and I decided, as you do, to take the car keys and drive to my friend's house. I basically just chilled out with him for the whole of the day. I thought, okay, well, I'm going to have to get back soon because my dad will be waking up and I don't want him to know that I've taken the car keys. I'm driving down the street now, our road, and I'm driving. Next minute, I look down the middle of the road and I can see my dad in the distance. I'm there like, look, that is my dad. So I thought, well, I've been caught anyway, so I'm just going to have to park the car up and just deal with whatever happens. Initially he was on the pavement, but then as I was driving up the road, he went into the road, and that sort of like set alarm bells ringing in the back of my head, as if to say, well, why would he stand on the road as I'm trying to park up the car? And next minute, I didn't even get a chance to park the car. The passenger door opened, my dad flew inside, and he started like attacking me, like, and I was like, oh my god, what's going on? He had the cricket bat in his hand, started lashing for me with the cricket bat, like whack, 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 and I was like, please, please. I was really quite emotional at this stage, like I just didn't know what was going on. So I ran into the house, and the next minute my dad's there chasing me with a cricket bat in one hand. And next minute he starts throwing the telephone bill at me. I was like, why is he throwing the telephone bill at me at the same time he's trying to attack me? So my sister runs upstairs, like she's like trying to get my dad off me because he's like on top of me, like scratching my eyes out and like attacking me with a cricket bat. And he's got the cricket bat in one hand and he's got like a big buckle belt on the other. And anybody knows Jamaicans, when they've got the belt, they don't just belt you with the belt, like the leather belt, you get the buckle. So I was getting the buckle and the cricket bat simultaneously. So my sister jumps in, she's like, no, get off him, get off him, get off him. I was like, but why? What have I done? Obviously, I was like, I just thought he was angry because I'd stolen his car keys the day and took his car. And she was like, no, it's a lot more serious than that. She's like, but the telephone bill, Byron, the telephone bill. I went, what do you mean, the telephone bill? She went, well, my dad's girlfriend basically had spotted some mysterious phone numbers on the, because they're itemised bills, so you can actually see each number on the bill itself. She'd spotted, she had a very, very good eye for these things, and she'd spotted some mysterious phone calls to the gay chat line numbers on the telephone, on the itemised telephone bill. So I was like, oh my god, how did she know? She's like, oh well, she called them. She actually called the number to hear exactly who it was that was coming up on the phone bill. And then next minute my dad comes in and he's like, oh well, you're gay and you're this and you're that, and throwing all these derogatory comments at me, and it was just horrible. And next minute he's like, you need to get out of my house, you need to get out of my house. And I was like, but where am I gonna go? I was like, I'm 16, do you know what I mean? I was like, I think it was like a week maybe after I'd left school. So I was like, well, I've got no place to go. And my sister was like, well, oh, don't worry, Byron, you can come and stay with me at my place. My dad wants you out the house today, right now. And my dad was like, yes, you need to get out of my house. I don't want a person like you staying in my house. Well, it was really like traumatic and scary for me because, like I said, I wasn't really comfortable in my own skin. I didn't really know who I was. So I had to go. I had to pack my... I don't think I had a chance to pack a bag. I literally just had to go with the clothes on my back. And I went to my sister's and I stayed there for a few weeks. And then she was like, oh, so what are you going to do? I was like, well, I don't really know what I'm going to do. But luckily, my religious education teacher from school, who was gay, he was like, well, I can introduce you to some gay youth groups. Maybe see if they can get you a flat or put you into a hostel or, you know, a young people's refuge type thing, you know, because I was just destitute. I'm staying with my sister who's like, well, look, you know, you can come and stay with me if you want. I was a little bit apprehensive at first because I thought, okay, I'm 16, he's an older man. You know, basically thought, well, he may try and take advantage of me. So it was a bit of a risk that I took. However, because he was offering me so much help and he genuinely cared about my situation and what I was going through, that took away my fear and anxiety about actually moving in with him. So I did. Yeah, so he basically just looked after me. He introduced me to the gay youth groups. He took me to the gay youth groups. He introduced me to it was a volunteer centre, and they really helped me. I did feel really quite sad and abandoned. A, because I had been brought out by no choice of my own. B, because I was in a brand new situation trying to discover who I was at the time. I was pretty naive, to say the least, and it was only when I got into my first relationship that I realised, you know, how some people can be controlling, they can be manipulative, they can take advantage of you. After I left that relationship, it brought into context everything that had happened to me before. So if you've gone through anything similar to what I've gone through, or are going through your own battle, please share it, let's hear it, you know, because it will only empower other people to be stronger, you know. And when I was coming out, you know, there wasn't gay marriage, there wasn't gay adoption, there wasn't gay rights. I was 16 when I came out. I think the law at the time interpreted that had to be 18. It had only just been changed down to 18 from 21. So in the eyes of the law, I was an illegal homosexual from like 16 to 18. So it's amazing to see how much the law and legislation has changed since I came out, you know, and how gay rights have come a very long way. We still go through our trials and tribulations and discrimination every day. Sometimes it's like silent discrimination. Sometimes somebody doesn't have to say something to you for you to know that they harbour those feelings against you. And I think I would speak for the majority when I say this, experience that on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, that's just my coming out story. I'd like to hear yours. So please like, comment, share, subscribe, and let me know your story. I'm really keen and interested to know exactly, you know, what happened to you, what are you going through, give me the backstory, how did it begin, where are you now? So, you know, get back to me, let me know. But I'm signing out now, and I will thank you for taking the time to listen to this, and I hope it can be an inspirational story to motivate you to becoming a stronger person, so that you can be accepted by not just some people, but all people. So, ciao for now. Bye bye.